What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In the last episode, we started traveling towards the next Divine Beast, and along the way we took on some shrines and activated the SHAE Tower. In this episode, well, apparently, a blood moon is happening, so yeah, that's a great way to start things off, isn't it? Boy, am I glad I managed to activate that tower before, like, this happened, because I would have been so mad if I was, like, in the process of defeating all the enemies, and this happened, because this tower is already hard enough to climb as it is.
The blood moon rises once again. Please be careful.
So at this point, I probably should mention that, in the future, I will be skipping over every Blood Moon cutscene. The only reason I showed off, like, the first two is because the very first Blood Moon cutscene is, like, an extended version. It's long, it's unique, and then, like, every other Blood Moon cutscene is, like, that shorter version that you just saw. So, since there's no more uniqueness to the Blood Moon cutscenes, I will just be skipping them to save us a little bit of time. And, speaking of Blood Moons, man, I feel really bad for some people playing this game because apparently there's like this big blood moon glitch thing going around where it'll happen like in the middle of the day or several times in one night. And I'm going to try and explain why that happens to the best of my ability. As far as I know, it's kind of like a save data glitch. But, with what we know about blood moons, here's how they work. Basically, the game keeps track of like how many enemies you kill and things like that. Once you reach a certain threshold, the game will trigger a blood moon. So essentially, yeah, the more stuff you kill, the more frequently you will get blood moons. But on top of that, it seems that there is a glitch in the game where the blood moon will not, like, completely erase that table of, like, how many things you've killed. So when that happens, like, the game just continually triggers blood moon after blood moon after blood moon until eventually it does clear that table of, like, things that you've killed and, stuff that you've done in the overworld. So that's sort of why it's happening. Now, I'm not entirely sure, but according to reports online, the only way to, like, permanently fix this is to reset your entire save data, which obviously is not an ideal solution to anyone. So yeah, I don't know, like, to those people who are currently experiencing that glitch, it might be kind of annoying, but it probably is better than resetting your save data if you're far into the game. So what I would do is just, try and hold out until hopefully Nintendo releases a patch. Like, I'm sure they're aware of this. And was that beetle? I'm not sure if that was or not. But yeah, I'm sure Nintendo's aware of this, so hopefully they will release a patch to this game soon enough that will solve those issues and also fix anybody's save data that is affected by this glitch. And honestly, I feel really, really bad for everyone who's, like, currently going through that glitch. There are a couple of people out there that I know. I know one friend personally who's, going through it, and if any of you guys out there have experienced that as well, what I would maybe recommend doing is trying to document the glitch as much as you can, meaning that if you have the ability to, try and, like, record videos of it, upload it to the internet, stuff like that, because I think right now, the problem is, like, the glitch is few and far in between. There's only a couple of users here and there that have this glitch, and because of that, it's mostly undocumented, so to speak. So any extra information could probably help people figure out what's going on, and maybe we could, like, come up with a way to prevent it from happening so often, at least until there is, like, an official patch from Nintendo. Anyways, we're gonna stop here real quick because, since this is a stable, there is a shrine nearby, and of course I would like to go and tackle that while we're here. We're gonna be taking on a couple of different shrines in this area on our way to, like, the next main village, so hopefully by the time we, reach that area, we'll have completed maybe 3 or 4 more shrines. At least, that's the plan. But I mean, you guys know how these videos go. I could get, like, halfway through it, and then, just change my mind completely on what I want to do. I don't believe that will happen, but, we'll see, man, we'll see. I don't think there's too many interesting things on the way to where we need to go. There is a SHAE Tower that we can activate, but other than that, I really don't think we'll be taking too many diversions from what I have planned out. So, that being said, let's see what we got. Aim for the moment. Yes, this one's actually fairly straightforward, so here's what you want to do. Grab stasis, because See this orb getting launched up into the air? What you want to do is freeze it once it reaches the apex, and then we're going to shoot it with a couple of arrows to try and knock it off of the pillar that was like launching it up in the air and roll it forward a little bit, because if we did it right, it should go right into that little tiny switch. And basically, that's all there is to the shrine. Like, there's one little tiny thing that we have yet to do, but, we're basically done. So, before we end things off completely, let's go and grab this treasure chest and see what's inside. And, hey, I got an arrow back. That actually will be helpful. I probably should have gone and, bought some more arrows, because we're gonna need a lot of them coming up. Anyways, inside we got ourselves topaz. Not bad, not bad. So, the reason why I, like, kept one arrow is because there is another switch that we need to hit in order to unlock the gate leading to the Sheikah Monk. So, as you may have guessed, just stand on this thing, it'll launch you up, and guess what? There's our switch, so bam, baby! Now we are done with this shrine officially. Like I said, we were pretty much done like the second we moved that orb forward. Alright, so, let's just get out of here then. So here's the thing, guys. I'm pretty sure like the very next shrine that we're going to is another major test of combat shrine. Yeah, I'm really not looking forward to that one, considering, well, you guys know how like the other combat shrines that I did went. Not very well. Like, I didn't die, but I also lost a couple of really good weapons and shields, so not really looking forward to this next one if I'm being totally honest. We probably will be able to survive. Like, we have a couple of fairies and also Mipha's Grace, so really, even if we do fall in battle, we're basically invincible for like 4 lives just because of how many revives we actually have. So, not really too worried about that. It's just, I'm worried that, we're gonna eat through like all of our good weapons and stuff like that, which I really do not want to do. I have a hoarding complex, guys. I tend to hoard all my really good weapons and shields and stuff like that and never use them because I really don't want them to break. That's like the same reason why I haven't been shield surfing, because it does lower the durability of your weapons. Ooh, spicy peppers, I will take those. And this extra wood, don't mind if I do. And, actually, real quick, I think I do have, yeah, damaged weapon, so I'm gonna get rid of this. I know that it does have more damage than, the Zor weapon that I have, but I kinda wanna keep that around for a little while longer, at least until I have time to go, like, get it repaired if I can. Anyways, though, let's get out of here, and whoa, I just jumped over that cooking pot. That was MLG amazing. Good job, Epona. You did it. So, let's cross this bridge and make our way into, like, the next region, Tabantha. A really weird name for a region, but, you know, I didn't name it, so I don't really care. The Sheikah Tower is already in sight, so it's not too far away, not hard to get to either. The only difficult thing coming up is, yeah, check it out, there's some weird flying objects in the background. Those are guardian drones. Basically, they're flying guardians, so if they spot you, they will charge up a laser beam and, try and shoot you with them. They're pretty dangerous, so we're gonna try and play it safe here and only, like, ride past them when I know they're not looking in our direction. So come on, opponent, do not let me down. I'm gonna, like, need all of your boost capabilities here just because I know that one's coming around that corner any second now. I think we should be alright, so, yeah, as long as you time it right and, like, you have a relatively quick horse, you should be able to get through there. No problem. If you don't want to bring a horse there, you can just like climb around using the mountaintops. That works as well. And, well, we're kind of going to have to do that anyways because up there is actually a shrine, as I'm sure you guys saw as we were crossing the bridge. I just wanted to make sure I got like Epona past those flying guardians before I made my way to the shrine, since obviously it'll be a lot easier to get back to Epona once we complete the shrine. Because we can just, like, glide over the top of the Guardians instead of, like, going back down to Epona and then having to ride through the Guardians again. You guys get what I'm talking about, so I'm not going to bother explaining it further. So, I guess while we're making our way towards this shrine, I have a question for you guys. Since I know several of you are sort of playing along, if you will. Maybe you're just sort of watching the Let's Play, not really using it as a guide, per se. But, assuming several of you have the game and are playing, how far are you in the game? I just want to know, because at this point the game's been out for, what, like 2, 3 weeks. I'm not really sure. I'm sure by now most people have beaten the game. Like, if you're like me, you probably just did a really quick playthrough of it, like, casually, and then you're probably gonna go back and, like, complete all the shrines, maybe get more collectibles, do more side quests and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that several of you guys have beaten the game by now, and I kind of want to know, like, what you think of the game overall, because I don't know, I feel like it'll be interesting to get, like, several different opinions on the game, because like I keep saying, there are things I love and hate about this game, and I want to see if anyone else out there has, like, similar opinions to mine. Anyways, let's be a little bit careful in this area, because there are a couple of moblins. I mean, to be honest, I'm not really too scared of fighting them. I just don't want to take the time to fight them. That's sort of like my mentality for this game. Like, I'll see a large enemy like this and be like, yeah, you know, I probably could fight that thing, and no doubt I would be able to defeat it, no problem. Or I could just, like, sneak around it and not fight it because it'll take way less time, and also it's way less dangerous, so that's sort of what I opt to do. I mean, the downside is that you don't get nearly as many, like, monster drops as maybe you could, but, in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter? Not so much, so that's kind of why I'm choosing to avoid fighting rather than, you know, fighting every single enemy I see. Plus, you know, I am trying to sort of do a show here, and I want to keep things moving along and not, like, take too much time just battling every single Bokoblin or Moblin that I see. Anyways, here we go, guys. This is it. The combat shrine that I was talking about. Oh, man. I don't know if I'm ready for this. I mean, well, I know I'm ready for it, but, I don't want to do it. I gotta do it, but I don't want to do it. So, here we go, guys. Another major test of strength. Oh boy, this should be fun. Okay, so first things first, let's make sure we're equipped well here. Let me put on my better armor first, just because I know I'm gonna want that. Actually, wait, hang on. Let me use my champion's tunic, because that's actually upgraded. And I think that's really all I can do, because, I lost all my good shields, so whatever, man. Let's just hope for the best. I'm really only worried about, like, the final phase of this fight. But, oh, he's got a nice guardian shield there. Well, I would certainly like that. And yes, 3,000 HP again. That's gonna be great. He only has 2 weapons this time, though, so, I mean, probably won't be that hard, I guess you could say. I mean, it does have more defense as a result of the shield, but whatever. I'm sure we can, like, work through that. And ooh, hang on there. You know, I swear, I dodge way too early, like, all the time. I know people in the comments, like, get annoyed because I always mess up, like, the, perfect guarding and the Fury Rush, like, timings. I swear, guys, I am trying my hardest to get those. Like, I'm just really, really bad at it. Like, anything involving, I don't know if I want to say frame perfect timing, because I'm sure it's not frame perfect. Like, I'm sure there's several, frames that you can use to, like, perfect guard or dodge out of the way, but I've never been good at really any of those. Like, if you don't believe me, watch my stinking, Paper Mario LPs. You'll see just how bad I am at doing, like, both the action commands and the guarding commands. It's not very good, man, so I don't exactly know why I'm bad at that, but, I've just always been subpar at doing, like, inputs in a certain amount of time, which is why I would never really consider being a speedrunner, just because I know it would frustrate the heck out of me with all the, frame perfect, like, inputs that some games require of you. Alright, so we're not actually doing too bad. By the time we're done with, like, this set of attacks, he will be below half HP, so let's just keep chunking him down. Come on in. No, not my Edge of Duality. Man, I'm gonna be, like, really sad when, that sword eventually breaks, considering I was hanging on to, like, both of those swords for a super long time, man. I've sort of grown attached to them, but, whatever. I guess it is their time to go. We did also just have a blood moon too, so I suppose I could technically go back to where I got one of them and re-get that chest, but I think the second one we got was from a shrine, and I don't know that those chests would have respawned with the blood moon. If I'm being totally honest, like, I've never actually gone back inside a shrine after I completed it, so I have no idea what happens, like, after you leave. Maybe one of you guys in the comments can sort of fill me in on that. Anyways, here we go. And Really? My Guardian Sword is also badly damaged? Come on, man! I'm just like eating through all my good weapons. This stinks. Alright, so what do I want to use now? I guess the Thunderblade is probably like the next best thing because we get a couple of good attacks off with this thing. Yeah, we can actually stun the Guardian, and that's just like free damage for us. So this is kind of why it's broken and why I love the Thunderblade so much. It does take a little bit to recharge, but once it is recharged, you can just continually use it. And oh no, he's doing laser phase already. This is not good, dude. And I wasted all my stamina. Oh crud, man, we are so screwed. Let's just try to dodge it. Oh, he missed. Oh, I also missed my perfect guard. Oh really? He does 4 of them. I thought he only did 3, man. Crap. This is not good, man. We might actually die here. Like, no lie, we might actually die here. I'm just gonna try and get a couple of quick hits if I can. And, alright, let's back off. Hide behind this pillar. Maybe we can perfect guard. Never mind. Shield is gone. There goes one of our fairies. I think we only have, like, 1 more left, so screw it, man. I'm just gonna go in and try and do as much damage as I possibly can. We're so close, man. He's like right in the range of dying. I think that's our last fairy. Get up, Link. Dude, get up. Let's go. Swing that sword as fast as you can, buddy. Come on. Oh my gosh. That was way too close, man. Holy crud. Like, we did it, but, wow, that was bad towards the end there. Oh, I want this sword. Let me see. I guess I can drop, like, the weaker of the 2 axes just because I don't really use the axes that much anyways, so not really gonna lose sleep over that. Alright, what is this item? It better be something good for that, man. What have you got for me? Are you kidding me? That weapon's not even good. You know what? I'm not even taking it. No, I'm leaving it here. You can keep your stupid battle axe, monk. Not even a good weapon. Literally worse than, like, everything else we currently have. So, why would I waste inventory carrying that thing around? My gosh, man. I'm actually kind of mad about that. Like, anything would have been better. An ancient freaking screw or something would have been more useful than that freaking battle axe. I'm telling you, man. Ah, jeez. Alright, well, at least we are done with that. So now, I guess we can move on and, try and activate the Sheikah Tower for this region. That should be pretty interesting. And then we can make our way to, like, the next major village, which, I'm really, really looking forward to getting to because, well, some of my favorite, like, species in the Zelda series reside there, so should be kind of fun. Oh, and actually, before I forget, let me check something real quick in our album. Hey, check out this picture. That looks pretty similar to where we are, doesn't it? That's because it is indeed the 3rd memory. So, that location should be like right around, there it is. So, let's restore another piece of Link's missing memories.
Nothing. Just as I thought. It appears that this structure was designed to be exclusively accessed by the sword's chosen one. But designs can always be worked around. At least I hope. How do I get inside? I need to activate it somehow. I thought I made it clear that I'm not in need of an escort. It seems I'm the only one with a mind of my own. I, the person in question, am fine, regardless of the king's orders. Return to the castle and tell that to my father, please. and stop following me!
Okay, geez, man. I think, it's without question now that Link and Zelda don't exactly have the best relationship currently. Like, she was clearly upset at him there. And you feel kind of bad for him, because, like, dude was honestly just doing his job. Like, clearly the king asked Link to go and find Zelda and make sure she's safe and stuff like that, because that's part of his job as, like, the chosen hero of Hyrule. Not to mention that, you know, Zelda could have actually used Link's help there in opening up that shrine. Like, she herself said that it was only opening to the chosen hero, and lo and behold, he comes riding in on a horse. Like, hello, you would think you would make him open it for you. I'm pretty sure he'd have to, but, I guess, like, Zelda's a little too proud and stuck up for that right now to ask Link for help, because she really doesn't seem to enjoy his company. But, that's just my interpretation of it, and I'm sure we'll learn some more stuff, like, as we recover more and more of Link's memories. But, it's definitely interesting what we've learned so far, that is for sure. Alright, so let's start making our way towards that Sheikah Tower. It should be, up towards, like, the top of this little mountainous area. And yeah, we're just gonna ignore all these enemies because I really do not care about them, and I still got a long ways to go before we get to, like, that next village. And ooh, hey, look at that. Well, certainly seems like Ganon has his influence over here, because there's a ton of malice all over the place. So let's leave Epona here for now, and we'll just climb the rest of the way up to the tower, since I really don't think it's safe for Epona to be going up the rest of the way. But, yeah, it's kind of weird how you can find Ganon malice, like, all over the place in the overworld. Like, even in some of the most unsuspecting locations, like on a Sheikah Tower, for instance, you really wouldn't think Ganon would, have his influence, like, all the way out here. But, yeah, it's out here, and we do have to deal with it, so we gotta be a little bit careful, especially since it's, like, on the tower itself, which means it's gonna be a lot harder to climb. And oh geez, look at it, man, it's everywhere. It's kind of gross too. And I'm not sure if I've said this before or not, but I honestly believe that this game has fantastic sound design. Like, because it is more of an atmospheric game and there's not a whole lot of music playing all the time, I think they really did spend a lot of time just, like, crafting sound effects for various little things that maybe you wouldn't see in every other game. And there are sound effects that, if they were removed, you probably wouldn't even notice, but because they're there, you can sort of appreciate the extra mile they went in the sound design. And I do like the weird gurgling sound effects that play whenever you're around, like, Ganon's malice and stuff like that. Anyways, yeah, so as you can see, there is a giant eyeball over there, so let's use our last arrow, and hopefully we don't miss. Thank goodness we didn't, because once this malice disappears, check it out. Yep, that stone pillar is gonna fall over, and now we can easily make it to the top of the, Sheikah Tower here. And whoa, that's a little bit of a weird angle to be climbing this thing, Link. Not really sure how that works, but, whatever, game, I'll take your word for it. Now the real climb begins, though. I'm actually excited to get this one activated, since this will sort of unlock the entire region where we'll be spending, like, the next couple of episodes in. So real quick, let me swap over to my climbing gear. That should make it a little bit easier. Also reduce the amount of stamina that we lose while we're climbing, so that's obviously a good thing. Oh, by the way, I should mention this. So someone pointed this out in the comments. I have yet to actually try it myself, but apparently because we do have both, like, a fire sword and an ice sword, if we were to go into, like, a colder environment or a hot environment, we could actually equip those swords to our back, and the weapons would either cool or warm us up, which is really, really cool. I had no idea that feature was even in the game, so I will probably make use of that in the future, which, you know, even makes, like, elemental weapons even more useful to us. And, oh yeah, it is a little bit cold up here, so let me just pop this on real quick. Now we're good to go, and let's activate this tower. Sheikah Tower activated. Scanning area. And ta-da! Another section of the map. Regional map extracted. Are you starting to see, like, just how big the world actually is in this game? Yeah, it's, kind of crazy, right? Alright, so now that we got that, I guess let's just, like, hop on down, find Epona, and get out of here. You know what? I'm gonna try and, be cool and land right on top of her if I can. So, just try and glide gently onto... Hey, that kind of worked out. I mean, it wasn't as cool as I thought it was gonna be, but, it sort of worked out. Really, Epona? That tiny rock pebble was enough to spook you. Are you kidding me? I'm telling you, man, horses in this game are not smart. Like, they're kind of dumb. They really are. They don't work right half the time, I swear. Like, if they weren't the best way to travel around on ground, I probably wouldn't even use them that much. Thankfully, once you do get, like, the Sheikah Towers in every single area and then a couple of shrines, traveling by horse becomes somewhat overrated since you can just sort of quick travel everywhere you need to. So, I'm looking forward to that, man. I am trying to, like, fill out the map as quickly as I can. So, that's kind of why I'm slowly just traveling through on foot from area to area, and also doing plot stuff along the way, of course, just to try and both fill out the map and, you know, find more shrines. That way we can just fast travel wherever we need to go in the future. It'll make my life a whole lot easier as well. So, again, another reason why you should be, like, going out of your way to tackle shrines early on, just so you can travel back to them later, because I guarantee you, you will be doing that a lot. But whatever, the rest of our ride should be pretty straightforward. Epona, what are you doing? Oh my god. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes a little more sense now, actually. Let's get out of here, Epona. Thanks for running me directly into a world boss. That was real nice of you. I guess I suppose I can understand why you did that, though, because you didn't realize that, that was a rock, since, you know, it's not technically a rock. My gosh, man. Smart AI on the horses, everybody. Can someone please, in the comments, like, keep a counter of how many times the smart AI for the horses does something stupid? Because I think at this point we're at, like, 3 or 4, so you can start counting from, like, there and just go up every time Epona does something stupid. Because I swear, that's gonna get up there by the time we are done with this LP. Holy crud, man. Ah, jeez. Eventually I will, fight one of those guys on screen, just because I know some of you guys desperately want to see it, and as I said in the past, it's a really good way to get materials like rubies and sapphires and stuff like that. So, once we sort of get, like, better equipped and a little bit stronger, I'll fight one of them just to show you guys what it's like. That being said, though, hey, check it out, there's a couple of shrines directly ahead of us, which means we're getting closer and closer to the next village. We'll probably take on at least one of those shrines before I end off this video, but before we do that, right here at the base of, like, this foothill, I guess you could say, is the Rito stable. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna meet the Rito tribe. I am so excited because I love the Rito almost as much as I love the Zora, which I guess makes sense considering they are kind of like the same thing, as we know, like, Zora evolved into Rito. But, yeah, it's kind of cool that they're both in this game because I like both of them. Although, to be fair, I kind of like every single race in the Zelda series. There's really not too many that I dislike, but whatever. Zora and Rito, definitely up there. Anyways, once we get to here, yeah, Epona is not going to follow us any further, so we have to go on foot, and uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Yep, that's right. We are now officially within range of another divine beast as we enter Rito Village. Man, I love this place, guys. Alright, just try and listen to the music. I'll try and quiet down a little bit and, like, raise the volume. The music in here is amazing. It changes between, like, night and day. And, it's like this soft, sort of jazzy sounding version of, like, Dragon Roost Island. It's so good, man. I love it so much. Anyway, here's like a general store. You can buy various food items here, some bomb arrows, which are really nice. Oh man, I'm just like trying to take in all the music. Even the nighttime music here is so good. Anyways, over here we got ourselves an armor shop. We might consider buying these in the future just because, they do offer better cold resistance than what we currently have. They're a little expensive, but I'm pretty sure we can sell some stuff and make up the funds. And aw, look at all the baby Rito. They're just adorable, aren't they? Alright, so over there you can cook some stuff. And I think that's like all the major points of interest here in Rito Village, at least for now. So, let's keep making our way to the top because that's where we're gonna find this shrine. So, let's go and take it on. It should be pretty straightforward if memory serves me well. So, let's head inside, knock this out, and then, well, I guess we'll be on our way to the next divine beast, which is pretty dang exciting if I say so myself. And I am kind of pumped for, like, the next divine beast too, because originally my plan wasn't to do one just yet. Like, I was going to go after a certain legendary weapon first and then take on the remaining divine beast, but I figured this is probably the better way to do it. Alright, so let's see what we got going on. This is Windmills. Okay, yeah, this is a very, very basic puzzle shrine. I actually don't know the solution to this one, like, off the top of my head, but, it's simple enough that you should be able to figure it out without too much trouble. So, let me use this crappy sword real quick because we will be hitting a bunch of these switches. The goal in this shrine is to get all these turbines spinning by using these giant fans. So, yeah, it's not a very hard puzzle. The entire thing is visual, so even if you don't know the correct solution, just by looking at things, you should be able to figure it out. If you are having trouble from, like, visualizing everything down here, I would recommend, like, going back up towards where the elevator is. That way you can sort of see everything from a bird's eye view, if you would, and use that to your advantage to sort of help plan out which ones you want to turn next. But I'm just going to sort of do it from down here since I think I sort of know what I'm doing at this point. Like, there's only a handful of turbines that we need to spin left. In fact, I think we're actually almost done. Let me just turn this one, and there might be one more I need to turn. Oh yeah, there's a couple over here. Okay, so now what I gotta do is just turn this one over, and I think that's it. That should do it, right? Yeah, there we go. Nice. Not bad at all. Like I said, very, very easy shrine, even if you don't exactly know the solution. Only really made one mistake, and that was just, like, not turning one of the turbines enough. Alright, so let's finish this up and get ourselves that spirit orb. That should be, like, what, our 9th one at this point, which is kind of crazy. I think there is a goddess statue in this town, so I will definitely trade these in when I get a chance, because you know your boy can use, like, an extra heart container or two. Maybe I'll even go for stamina this time. That would be interesting, huh? We'll see, man. We'll see. Alright, so that being said, now that we are done with, what was that, like our 3rd shrine for this video? Not too bad, and there's still plenty more in this area. I think that's actually a good time to end things off. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.